Pause. Don't scroll. Don't multitask. Sit with this for a moment, because moments like this are rare, and you usually waste them. This isn't motivation. Motivation fades when things get uncomfortable. This is a mirror. And mirrors don't lie, they just show you what you've been avoiding. No one is coming to save you. Not the government. Not your parents. Not your friends. Not a relationship. Not a boss. Not a viral moment. Not a miracle that arrives right when you're ready. If someone was going to rescue you from the life you complain about, it would have happened already. That's not pessimism. That's freedom. Because once you accept that no one is coming, you stop waiting. You were taught to wait. You don't notice it at first. It happens slowly. One comfortable decision at a time. One excuse that sounds reasonable. One delay that feels harmless. Then 1 year becomes 3. 3 becomes 5. And suddenly you're older, more tired, and asking the same questions you asked before, just with more urgency and less hope. You don't lack time. You leak it. You leak it in pieces so small they don't feel dangerous. 5 minutes of scrolling. 10 minutes of distraction. An hour of content you won't remember tomorrow. A plan you keep rewriting instead of executing. You say you're busy. But busy doing what? Busy reacting instead of building. Busy consuming instead of creating. Busy distracting yourself from the quiet voice that keeps telling you the truth. Be honest, really honest, with yourself for once. You knew what you needed to do this year. There were moments when the answer was clear. When you felt it in your body. When you knew exactly what step would move your life forward. But clarity demands courage. And courage demands discomfort. So you negotiated with yourself. You delayed. You justified. You said, soon, instead of now. Comfort always wins in the short term. In the long term, it becomes a cage you forget you're sitting in. Motivation didn't fail you. Motivation was never meant to carry you. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the fuel. And discipline doesn't care how you feel. Discipline is what shows up when you're tired. When you're bored. When you're unsure if it's even working. When no one is watching. When there's no applause. The people ahead of you are not special. They are not fearless. They are not always confident. They don't wake up inspired every day. They act tired. They act afraid. They act uncertain. You wait until you feel ready. They move while feeling unready. That difference explains almost everything about where you are right now. Let's talk about money, not because it's everything, but because pretending it doesn't matter is one of the most damaging lies you've been told. Money won't fix your life, but a lack of it will control it. It will decide where you live, what options you have, how much stress follows you every day, whether you have choices or just obligations. You can't think clearly when you're constantly worried about survival. You can't take long-term risks when you're stuck in short-term panic. You can't build freedom while avoiding responsibility. You don't need a breakthrough first. You need honesty first. Are you actually building skills that make you valuable, or are you consuming content about success and calling it progress? Are you creating something useful, or are you waiting to be chosen? Are you building systems that compound quietly over time, or are you chasing fast comfort and temporary dopamine? Dreams without systems stay dreams. Hope without structure turns into frustration. Look closely at your environment. Your routines are shaping you. Your habits are training you. Your surroundings are teaching you what is normal, acceptable, and possible. If everyone around you is comfortable being average, average will start to feel safe. If excuses are normal where you are, your own excuses will start to feel reasonable. If growth is rare around you, growth will feel risky. Loyalty to people who don't grow often becomes betrayal of your future self. Some relationships don't end because of conflict. They end because of direction. Outgrowing people is painful, but staying small to protect familiarity costs you your future. The real problem isn't that you've failed before. Failure is part of learning. The real problem is identity. You still see yourself as who you've been, the one who hesitates, overthinks, waits for permission, plays small to avoid embarrassment. But the life you want requires a version of you that doesn't exist yet. And that version will not appear through thinking. It only appears through action. Growth requires embarrassment. It requires being bad before being good. It requires being seen while imperfect. It requires choosing effort over image. That scares you. So you lower your goals to match your current confidence. You shrink your ambitions until they fit inside your comfort zone. And then you wonder why life feels empty. Confidence does not come before action. Action comes before confidence. You don't become brave and then act. You act, and bravery follows. Here is a truth most people never fully accept. Time does not care. The calendar doesn't pause for fear. The year doesn't wait for clarity. 2026 will arrive whether you change or not. The year will pass whether you grow or stay the same. 1 year from now, you will look back at this exact moment. You will remember where you were. You will remember how this felt. You will remember what you decided. And you will say one of two things. I'm glad I started. Or, I wish I had. There is no third option. So here is something practical. Not motivational, not poetic. Practical. You don't need to change everything. You need to change one thing consistently. One habit that moves your life forward. One skill you practice daily. One uncomfortable action you stop avoiding. One boundary you finally enforce. 1 hour you protect from distraction. Progress doesn't come from intensity. It comes from repetition. You don't win by doing something extreme once. You win by doing something small, daily, even when you don't feel like it. Change does not start on January 1st. It starts the moment you stop lying to yourself. The moment you stop negotiating with your future. The moment you decide that comfort has cost you enough. Right now. This is your warning. Save this. Screenshot it. Come back in 1 year. And make sure your life looks different.